Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right. Hi there, Loy Machedo Sweeney from LoyMachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding, the rest. It's 3:17 in the morning here in Thailand, which is, I think, roughly 12 o'clock, maybe in Dubai. I got this message just now. And I woke up because this is what it reads. I'll read out the message to you. Loy, go on Twitter and search Dubai Marina explosion. But he said that an oil storage tank in Jabel Ali exploded. UAE was not agreeing with the OPEC last week and causing problems. Now an oil storage tank exploded in Jabal Ali. This is a warning. People are on Twitter saying they felt an earthquake. We'll enjoy your take on the situation. Then he has sent me a photograph of a fire burning. Now this is definitely DP World. You can see the sticker which is there, on the crane. And then he sent me a Twitter link, which I'll send you. It's to Loving Dubai. They have uploaded this video, which I will play, and you can see it at the side. It seems that it is an oil tanker docked in Jabal Ali and 100% an attack. Okay. Now, like I'm telling you, I'm based here in Thailand. I'm sitting here in my room, and obviously, I just got the news, so I thought I'd share this with you. Now, let me tell you what are my thoughts. Do I think this is a terror attack or this is a mistake? Now, we don't know. Okay. First and foremost, we don't know. Now, let's assume number one, it is a mistake, short circuit, something flammable, some explosion. If it is that, then obviously they will take precautionary measures. But my gut feeling, okay, I can be wrong. Do your own due diligence. Dubai's standards for safety is so very high. If it was a fire in a warehouse where there is old material and all, that is very common. I myself worked for a company called Quick Electric, which was in a warehouse connected to another chemical storage facility. And one day that caught fire. They found out later on it was, stored in very poor conditions. And the loss was up to 20 million for them. 35 million and 20 million for the company I was working for. But they had insurance, but they only gave around 3, 4, 5 million, even though it was insured for 20 million. Anyway, that's besides the point. Now, many companies resort to, accidental fires so they can claim from insurance. But insurance companies have got smarter over the period of time, and it's not that easy. Now, coming to this one, I don't see them causing a fire for insurance. That's out of the question. So then comes, was this accidental? Was this short circuit or a flammable? There is a possibility. I'm not saying there is no possibility, but it's very remote. It's because when you're talking of UAE, at least Dubai, it has very, very high standards, Dubai spares no expense where safety precautions are concerned, especially with oil. I mean, it is, you can be rest assured it's one of the highest. When I was working in Dubai and I used to visit these companies, that time I didn't have tattoos. If you go to McDermott or if you go to any of these companies, you had to follow protocol. You had to walk, even if there's nobody there. Just imagine I'm going for just to meet a client for sales, collecting an inquiry. There is nobody. There is absolutely nobody. The company is empty. I'm just going, the security guard, and there is a path to walk. There are they have drawn a line. I just walked casually because there's nobody there. I just walked out of the line. Immediately when I walked out of the line, the security guard came running. Sir, please walk. And this you're talking, it is of almost 10, 15 years ago, So he made sure that I walked in the path, you have to, even if nobody is there. So these companies have the highest standards. So with regards to mistakes, I doubt it's a mistake. So now comes sabotage. Now, if it is a sabotage, if very big if, then it's a massive big news. It's a very big news. Okay. Now, if it's a sabotage, number one is I can assure you, UAE will not admit that it's a sabotage. The reason being is if they admit, man, people are going to be very scared. UAE is known for security. Okay, UAE prides itself for its security, and US gone the extra mile even to make friends with Israel. That black waters, black something. They had got the software installed where they could hack into iPhones. I'll put the links below. You can check. Reuters exposed UAE first. UAE is teaming up with Israel, where they use these softwares to spy on Qatar. Okay, black stone or black water or whatever, and they employed the services of all the American mercenaries and American IT ex-NSA people. I'm not trying to portray UAE as an evil regime or the same. UAE has to do whatever it can to protect itself. There's no country, by the way, there's no country that is a saint. Even the United States don't think it's a saint. Look what they're doing to Julian Assange. Look what they did to Edward Snowden. Okay, so USA is not a saint. They are crooks themselves. Okay, so it just depends how much a country pushes itself. Like even when US comes out with these reports and headlines, the Irani regime, the evil regime, like what the fuck are you? Are you a saint? Stop it. See, every country has its own perfections, imperfections. Okay. So now coming to this. Now, do I believe it's an attack? Yes, most probably it will be an attack. Now, UAE has plenty of enemies right now. The Yemeni Houthis, that is one. They are very pissed off. They just openly challenged Saudi through the OPEC disagreement. And now Saudi and UAE both are competing for positioning themselves as the regional hub. Because until now, if you look at it, UAE was known as a business hub of the Middle East. Now Saudi is saying, you are the business hub. That time we didn't bother. That time we had oil and we didn't care. But today, survival of the fittest. We need to take care of our country and citizens. We can't just give you a free ride and you're enjoying all the benefits. No. Even we have the capacity, we have the facilities, we have the benefits. We'll also offer a free zone. And see, Saudi is much more larger in terms of unused land. But the only drawback is, that Saudi religious, they are two extremes. Saudi is, people any day, I know so many people any day would prefer a lower salary to be in Dubai than to be a higher salary and stay in Saudi. But then again, it depends from person to person. But now, Saudi, what it has made mandatory that if you have to do business, get regional contracts in Saudi, you must have a base, you must have a regional office in Saudi. And on top of that, now they've even made another big shocker where they said if you operate in free zones in UAE, including if you have resources and material from the free zone with Israel, explicitly they've stated, then I'm sorry, you are not qualified to get certain tax-free rebates or whatever. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. If you do have any photographs, if you do have any videos, please share it with me. And one last thing I'll tell you. UAE is now coming towards a very critical phase of Expo 2020. Security is exceptionally important. Exceptionally. Oh, by the way, I just got another email of someone saying there is another explosion. Let me check. I cannot show you the email because... Okay, someone said, this person, I hope everything's well with you. There's a massive explosion, Jabel Ali report, waiting for your news on it. Okay, so yes, it is confirmed. Okay, so what I was telling you is Expo 2020 is coming and now people, they're coming there thinking UAE is safe. Israel is going to be there. US is going to be there. And if I predicted this, I told you before, you can check my previous videos, which I said 5 years ago. If there is even one explosion, just Google search on YouTube, Loy Machedo, Expo 2020. I've put many videos. If there's even one explosion, if there's even one, because Houthi rebels openly challenged, they said, we will destroy your glass buildings, your glass and cement buildings as revenge. So if this is happening, it's big. And if any of the attacks on the oil refinery, that's a major problem. I can assure you this much right now: no one in UAE, the ruling family, the rulers, none of them are sleeping. This is a major shocker. So keep me updated if you have any breaking news. If you have any photographs or videos, but be careful. Send it to me privately on my WhatsApp or Proton Mail or whatever. I'll keep your details confidential. Once again, sorry, I just woke up at 3 o'clock just to share this. It's me signing off. You guys take care and please stay safe.